Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Saturday edition. 2 hours. That's right. Do not adjust your clocks. It is 9 a.m. Pacific. Of course, we are Thoughts Count Anywhere, coming to you live from the WWDBTV studios in the heart of Las Vegas, Nevada. That's right. I said it, and you could say it too. Good morning, Mr. Historian. Why are you not here knowing we were man down today? But that's okay. We've upgraded there, Mr. Historian, from you to Ryan. That's right. Our special in-studio guest today, Mr. Ryan Rastovac. He's been here before. Chief is out. You got big shoes to fill.
Got big shoes to fill, but I can
handle it?
I think I can handle it. He gave me a little pep talk. I think I'm good.
Oh, God. Help us all. Anyway, in the far end, of course, the man simply known as Mr. Rogers of Fremont Street. Mr. Matt Mullen, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good.
Good. We ready to go? We got a lot to you. You're here today on a good day. It's a 2-hour show. We got pay-per-views to talk about for tonight. We got a lot going on, right?
Yeah.
This is officially, we decided before we went on the air, for those of you, a little bit of an inside joke. This is the GFY edition of Thoughts Count Anywhere, and that's an homage to Adam Copeland and Christian from what happened this past week on Dynamite. Of course, if you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube, thank you very much. Of course, it's the Thoughts Count Anywhere pages on either. If you're driving around town, like right now, if you're back east, it's noontime on a Saturday. You're probably going to and from, I don't know, soccer or shopping or whatever, right, on a Saturday at noontime. Download the WWDBTV. WWDBTV. I see sign. Whenever I see John moving around back there, I get very nervous. WWDBTV mobile app for your Android. If you have an Apple, WWDBTV LV, and you can listen to us on the go. And of course, in about 72 hours, you can tune in to the WWDBTV channel on Roku.
Did you say we could listen to this on an Apple?
If you have so inclined string to attach to it.
Or an orange.
Didn't we make those little radio things out of potatoes back in school?
I don't know, John. That was before my time. Anyway, you're going to pick up the slack today for Chief, aren't you?
Yeah.
I have a funny feeling that was going to happen.
He paid me.
Oh, I bet
Him and Chief's favorite childhood toy was dirt.
That's then he upgraded to the stick, right? Then he upgraded, right? Oh my God.
That was the premium model.
I have a funny feeling when Chief comes back, the GFY version's really going to come back in play when Chief is back. But anyway, we got a lot going on today. But of course, as always, let's find out how have you been since the last week and what's been going on in your world since we last met.
Dealing with the crazy people of Fremont Street and
I can't wait.
Massively irritated with some customers last night. I don't even really have a crazy story. I only have a question.
All right, so we'll get to that in a moment. So I know you were here filling in for me a couple of months ago. Mm-hmm. So bring us up to date. What's going on in your world?
Just traveling a lot.
Okay.
And,
sporting the NBA champs here. WNBA. I'm sorry, that's from last year. Are they going to do it this year?
Yeah.
You think so? Looks like it.
Two-peat is happening.
Yeah, I think so. They win the championship, and our Golden Knights take the ice next week, right?
Yep.
So we start all over to defend the cup.
Yep.
Right? Where are you traveling? You said you're traveling all over. What kind of traveling do you do for work?
Yeah, it's mainly been for work.
Okay.
But I've done some personal travel in there as well.
Right on.
So just kind of all around the States right now.
All right, very cool. Well, we're happy for you to come in today. Thank you for filling in. All right, you know what time it is. The Chief's not here to do it, so I have to do this on my own. It's time now for ready?
I'm ready.
I was stalling for John. Story time with Matt.
And now here is your storytelling host, Matt Mullen, the Mr. Rogers of the Fremont Street neighborhood. Take it away, Matt. What's happening in the neighborhood?
Luckily, nothing like completely insane happened on Fremont Street this week.
What?
There was like the normal bullshit of sleepers, people acting up in Denny's. The only funny one was there was a woman sleeping in the elevator.
Uh-oh.
I told her to get up, and she was screaming at me that she owned the building, and I was fired. And I was like, well, you might want to go upstairs and pay the redhead, the taxes, because I know the quarterly taxes are due soon. So you might want to get on that. And then I escorted her out.
Was she channeling her inner Vince McMahon, you're fired routine there?
Yeah, kind of, actually.
Mm-hmm. There you go. All right,
and I was like, so if I put hands on my boss and send my boss to jail, what actually happens? let's see.
That's
And then she ran off.
Well, there you go.
But the main I mainly have a question
I
this
love
week
questions in the morning.
because my second job is at Heart Attack Grill,
Uh-oh.
and we close at 11 o'clock. So we started shutting the doors and stuff, and there's this one guy literally sitting at the outside bar eating his burger.
Okay.
And we're like, whatever. Gets to like 11:30, we're like, hurry up. 11:45, we're like, what the hell? This dude's eating in like slow motion. So I start turning off the music. I shut the freaking door where he's at.
Giving him
Tell the
every
people right next
impossible.
to him, we are closed. And he kind of looks over, and he's literally eating this burger with a fork and a knife.
Okay. Jeez.
And then I'm like, we need to make a new video. And I was like, hey, Chris. And I started playing Closing Time. And I was like, wouldn't this make a good video? And the guy turns around like, I didn't know there was a time limit. And I didn't know, like, I'm sorry to inconvenience you guys, but this is like the best burger I've had in like 5 years. I was like, it's not even the best burger on this block. But okay.
Oh, God. Hope you still have
And he
a
was
job
like
with
from
you.
Canada. So I have a question. If you guys are at a restaurant and you're the last person in the place, would you guys just take your time and eat, or would you be mortified like me and get out of there as fast as humanly possible?
I agree with you. You know, you get the message, it's closing time. I'm for one, like, all right, I respect your time. We'll get done. We'll get out of your hair as soon as possible. That's me. So
I didn't get
agree
home
with
till like 12:45 just because
This is
of
one-
one person.
Jeez. But I only lost time, but did you get paid overtime for being there longer than you
Yeah,
have to?
paid, but
Yeah, so the restaurant
Still.
ended up paying a little more than they normally would have paid too, right? Right. What would you have done?
You know, I wouldn't. First of all, I wouldn't even go in there that late because I don't want to be that guy.
Right.
When did he actually come in, or was he just in there for hours?
it took him like 2 hours to eat this burger. I think he came in like 15, 20 minutes before we closed.
Oh, that's tough.
And he was like, it's the best burger I've ever had. And I was like, the best burger I've ever had, I think I inhaled in like 10 minutes.
It's well, maybe he
Because I'm
was-
like, God damn, this is good. And just go at it.
maybe
But
he was savoring every bite.
freaking Canadians.
Oh,
man.
jeez.
I'm sure he paid his cable bill, but
John has a-
Canadians.
John, I'm sorry. I'm already sorry. I'm going to say this, but John has a comment.
Well,
Rubber.
this is in response to Matt's question
Aha.
about if you were Canadian and you were the last person, and my answer is
Uh-oh.
I would take off, eh?
Let's
At
not.
least he's one Canadian that paid his bill on time and then he left.
I guess closing was a train wreck, if we want to say, right?
Yeah.
Let's not ruin Jennifer. Jennifer McCord out there in Hawaii. Good morning. She's currently watching the show, and she's watching the sunrise at the beach at this moment.
Nice.
She's out there. Thank you, Jenna, for making us feel guilty. Appreciate it. I know she's
Beautiful views, horrible audio.
I know. I know Jennifer's coming into town soon. I know she's
Nice.
making her biannual trek through. So when she comes in, we'll see if we can connect with her. All right, let's get to it. It's time now for some Your Voice rumors. Rumor is this is a big one for this week. I mean, WWE is in serious talks with Punk. What realistically do we think? Now, for me, reading all the latest gossip that's out there, seems to me like him coming back seems to be coming truer and truer against my own wishes that he doesn't come back because I don't think they need him with all the new stars and people that they're building. But it seems like it's getting serious with the possibility of showing up in Chicago in a month or two at the pay-per-view. Guys, what do you think?
I think the merger is honestly going to help his chances because if it's completely not up to Vince and they see like the needle mover he was in AEW,
Mm-hmm.
I think like Ari and the new management be like, we need this guy. I think the roster is going to be furious if he shows up, at least some of them.
I agree with. I think it could cause some dissension. Ryan, what do you think?
You know what? There's a fine line. I'm with you. I'm with you with the fact that I don't think they need him.
Right.
But there's a fine line where I think WWE is kind of not following right now, where
Okay.
there's not enough nostalgia acts and there's too much new.
Is that a bad thing though for the future of WWE?
For me, yes. Personally.
Okay. And I'm with you. I mean, I like the previous person, I don't say older, but the previous person has to come back periodically.
Mhm.
Okay, we heard or we're reading even the Undertaker maybe back on SmackDown next week may make an appearance, and I'm okay with the appearances, but also WWE though is doing a great job in nurturing and bringing up new stars, because in 5 more years these guys that we want to see back,
Mhm.
they're going to be done essentially for who knows what, retired in different roles. So I agree with the mixed emotion, because I got to be honest, I don't really follow NXT and know the roster as well as we would on the main roster. So a lot of these new people coming up, I have to really do my homework on, and they're coming up and being more involved. But eventually, don't you have to pass the torch, and for the foundation of the company, let alone the industry, bring along newer talent, right? And
You do, but you also need the nostalgia acts to put like these new talents over. Because, like, if LA Knight went to or Austin Theory went to WrestleMania and he beat LA Knight, would it have meant the same thing as beating John Cena at WrestleMania?
no, I agree with that. No, it doesn't. But the way that match unfolded, I don't know that helped him either.
Yeah.
That particular
Yeah,
match.
true.
That,
It's just like
in my
name
opinion. But
value.
yeah, no, absolutely. And we talk about folks like Natty and certain wrestlers who do work to put other wrestlers over. And that's why I agree with you. You need
Yeah.
some of them. But I think some of them are past their prime and even being able to be effective in the ring at some point. Because the hardest thing for an athlete, right, is to say when it's time to walk away.
Yeah.
Right?
Agreed.
So it's an interesting dynamic.
True.
I don't think, again, yes, CM Punk, will he put butts in seats, especially if he shows up at Rumble, which is in Chicago, in his hometown.
Survivor Series.
Or Survivor Series, sorry. Yeah, so I agree that it'll put butts in seats, but LA Knight's doing that pretty well, don't you think? Isn't he like one of the number one merchandise sales right now? Cody, when Roman's, all of that stuff. There's a reason they report to their quarterly earnings that they're making billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Now with the merger, could be different, no question. But to me, they really don't need him. They don't need the cancer. They don't need him in the locker room and having the guys and gals upset that he's coming back. He's already been there, left on bad terms, spoke badly about Vince and Triple H, et cetera, when he left. Then he's already now had 2 chances with AEW, including having a show right on Saturday, Collision, that was supposed to be built all around him to separate him from everybody else on Dynamite, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't know if the baggage is worth bringing.
Ultimate Warrior came back.
Sable came back after suing Vince for $100 million.
How many other people?
Yeah, but that's Sable, though. Just kidding. Sorry, Brock Lesnar. Yeah, no, you're right. Listen, everybody deserves chances. I totally agree with that. I don't know. There's just something for me that says not needed, and stay away. Too many red flags, but that's just me.
No, and for the record, I'm with you. I don't. For that reason, I don't want him back.
Right.
Wouldn't mind seeing him though. I'm not even a big CM Punk guy.
Right.
It would be kind of cool just to see the little tit for tat going. I kind of like that.
I'd rather see AJ Lee return, but that's just me. Anyway, I digress. Rumor is that they're going to book Cena and Roman Reigns for Crown Jewel. Are you excited about that? That does nothing for me.
Doesn't do anything for me either.
Saw it at SummerSlam already, live in person.
Yeah.
It was a good match, but Cena's lost a step or two.
Yeah. That's why I said about
Roman
him in
really
theory.
hasn't. So it's
Yeah.
going to be a
But Roman also works in half pace,
true.
so
And he works once every couple months. So
Yeah,
that's
there's no
true.
excuse.
wasn't it supposed to be LA Knight and Roman originally pitched for this?
I thought it was.
That's the only thing that bugs me about the nostalgia acts is they take away from like the people on the rise. Like it was rumored that it was going to be LA Knight versus Roman Reigns, which is now, Cena's back, so it's Cena versus Roman Reigns.
Dare I say they punked us? Jennifer, yes, Chief is okay. He is enjoying a couple of weeks off down. He's down in Albuquerque for the big balloon fest that's going on out there. So he's taking some well-deserved time to chill out and relax. Hopefully he'll have a few minutes to call in today before we get off the air as well. So
He's
thank
full
you for
of
asking.
hot air.
That's right. He doesn't need to go to a balloon fest. We agree. Anyway, even when he's not here, we attack him. And the funny thing is he left knowing we would do this to him. That's the funny about it. You know what I'm saying? All right, real quickly, let's go on. Mercedes Moné, formerly known as Sasha Banks, will be AEW bound when she gets her medical clearance. Thoughts on her going to AEW?
If she hates WWE, AEW is her second best option.
She wants to wrestle against Trinity, right? She wants to go up against her at some point. Of course, they think they'll have a good match, yeah.
I wonder if she signed like a short-term Impact contract just to like do something with her and then
Yeah, and then go
somewhere else maybe.
Interesting.
Like her versus Britt Baker would be a really good match.
It's funny you mentioned Britt Baker. I was watching a rerun of Bar Rescued the other day. Her and Adam Cole were his insiders at a bar in, I don't remember where it was it Dive Bar, which is pretty cool to see. I remember when it originally happened, but it happened to be one that replayed yesterday. So there you go.
Oh, yeah,
Add that to
speaking
your
of
resume.
wrestlers at restaurants, Sabu came into Heart Attack Grill last night.
Oh, really? Really? Now he's from the East Coast though originally, isn't he? Or does he live out here?
He lives here.
Oh, he does live here. Okay, I did not realize that. Some of these guys, they move around. I don't know where they are. All right, let's go to. Well, that's it. Anything on? What do you think about Sasha Banks?
You know what?
I'm going to still call her Sasha, just like I call Cesaro, not Claudio Caston, whatever.
Castagnoli.
It's yeah. I mean, yeah, she's probably gonna have some good matches. But I feel like she's one of those attitude people.
Okay.
And we'll see her back in WWE at some point.
I want to ask you this because we've talked about this many times over the time we've been on the air about her.
Mm-hmm.
Many people use the word GOAT for Sasha Banks.
A lot of people throw that word around way too easily lately. I don't know about that one.
I agree. I don't think she's a GOAT yet. Could she? Maybe. I don't know. But to me, you have other people that can come to mind as GOATs well before Sasha.
As far as
Banks'
like women wrestling,
yeah, women.
it's hard not to say Charlotte Flair.
Well, that's
point.
exactly.
I mean, Trish, Lita,
Yeah.
China.
Yeah.
I mean, we got. I don't know why you're a hater on China.
You know why they buried China 12 feet deep?
Don't do this.
Go ahead.
Deep down, she's a good person.
We're going to go to break right now. Thoughts Count Anywhere. Hopefully we'll be back after we recover from that comment. This is the GFY edition. Now you know why. Thank you for watching. Thoughts Count Anywhere.
I'm on one today. Let's go.
D'Lo Brown. If you want to be part of one of the greatest podcasts on the world, Thoughts Count Anywhere, every Saturday, 9 to 11 Pacific. Now recognize that.
Hey everybody, Aaron Philson. I am standing with
Anthony Miller.
Hey, I have a quick question for you. What's the name of your favorite wrestling show?
Thoughts Count Anywhere.
What a convenience. Saturday, 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific. If this guy watches it, better watch it also on Facebook. This is your warlord of weird Sinbodi, and you are watching Thoughts Count Anywhere right here on Facebook, Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. till 11 a.m. Pacific Coast time. Stay tuned. Do I look like I'm clowning around? Buddy, I'm Aaron Phillips, and I am with the legend. And Sabu, you were telling me earlier about a special wrestling show that you really like, and that is what? Thoughts Count Anywhere. That's a coincidence. The same show that runs Saturdays, 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific, right here on Facebook. You better listen to the man to watch.
Aloha, this is April Hom, the Royal Hawaiian from Glow, and you're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere.
Hey, welcome back. Hey, what's up? Wait, Thomas Burnett says he thinks the cameraman deserves some props. Why? Why, Thomas Burnett? Do you not have peas or frozen turkeys to clean up somewhere? That's what I want to know. We're gonna
cameraman is made from China, and it's real. He's real still.
Real stoic. All right, time for some fast lane predictions. I was amazed when I looked at the run sheet. I didn't realize there were so few matches. Listen, any pay-per-view, they normally have 7 matches. It just seems like they only have 5 matches scheduled. Why do you think that it was a small card this time? Are they going to give these matches more time? Because I know Hunter, I think recently talked about wanting to give a little more time to matches. Maybe that's why there's only 5 matches on the card tonight.
Huh?
Seems light, doesn't it? I mean, it kind of surprised me when I saw the list.
It's a big change from something like AEW, which has 15 matches on a show, which is ridiculous in my opinion. I think 5 is a little short. I like the 7. I think 7 is good.
Mm-hmm.
If there's because I'm just looking at some of the matches, right? You can go, okay, there's solid workers in these matches,
right?
However,
There's also a lot of room for finagling and swerving and all sorts of
Yeah.
outside shit happening with a couple of these matches too.
So I'm hoping that's what we get out of this.
Okay, I hope so too. I unfortunately will not be able to watch it. I'm doing commentary later on tonight for Big Valley Wrestling here in town. So I'm going to rely on my friends to send me messages to what the hell's going on tonight at Fastlane. Anyway, all right, let's get to it. Let's start at the bottom of the list and work our way up. LWO versus Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. A little something I read this morning about LWO. There's an injury angle from someone last night. Is that correct? That maybe that the mystery replacement is finally going to be Carlito.
I saw that
You guys,
as well.
yeah, you saw that. I mean, so what do you guys think is going to happen in this match between Lashley and the Profits taking on LWO?
This is, in my opinion, this is where Profits win this, and there is a little conflict between Ray and
The LWO.
Santos. Yeah.
Okay.
And this is where that leads into a U.S. title shot.
Okay.
I see Carlito being the third man. When Ray said he was making the phone call, I was like, Carlito's coming for sure.
Mm-hmm. So who's the way? So you got this Profits guy. So what do you think?
I also think Bobby Lashley and the Profits are going to win just because they need a win to prove to Bobby Lashley that they're for real. And I see the Street Profits getting like tag title shots soon.
Oh, and hello, good morning, Andy. Andy says he agrees that the LWO breaks down. But wasn't there there was a tease not too long ago about Escobar turning on Ray a week or so ago, or started showing the signs of a turn that maybe, like you said, it's going to come to fruition tonight during the tag match. Be interesting to see for sure. Andy also says the Profits will make it a clean sweep. I'm going to pick the Profits also because if they're trying to build this group of Lashley and the Profits and maybe rumors of a fourth person maybe coming up, maybe joining, right? Carmelo Hayes' name's maybe been attached to. They need a win to solidify their position as a new entity. So, undisputed tag team champions Judgment Day taking on Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. Who wants to go?
I'll go Judgment Day. I don't think that Cody and Jay like really will. I mean, it makes sense if they were tag team champions, but it wouldn't at the same time. I'd see Judgment Day taking them out.
Okay.
You know what? For me, this I don't even care to watch this match. This reminds me of like back in the day when in like the 2010 era where we would just throw together tag teams and matches and yeah, you got a title shot. Let's see what happens. I don't care.
Give me a pick anyway. Besides the bathroom break.
Judgment Day.
All right. And I think Judgment Day is also going to win, but because long term with all the sidebar stories that Rhodes and Uso are involved in, and there's even talk Uso may turn on Cody tonight for whatever. I just don't think having them wear the tag belts is going to flourish their individual storylines. Jey with the bloodline, Rhodes with whoever he's got coming up next. So there's going to be some scrumming going on here, and maybe we see even a breakdown a little bit of the Judgment Day, right? There's been rumors of that for a while. That is it going to be Priest maybe turn him to a good guy? Is there enough dissension? Rhea all of a sudden has taken over, the authority role from Finn Balor. Do we see a little bit of a bigger schism happen with Judgment Day to maybe we see something happen there and change their fate moving forward? So I think there's too many sidebar storylines to make logical sense of Cody and Uso to actually win the belts. I think it'll be a solid match, but I think Judgment Day will also retain. So, all right, let's go next. Women's Championship, Io Sky, Asuka, Charlotte Flair.
The only reason I think Asuka's in this match is to take the pin.
Okay.
And I'm gonna, just because they love giving the belt to Charlotte, I think Charlotte's gonna take it.
So Asuka's going to take the pin from either one of them, obviously. You think so Charlotte's going to pin Asuka since it's a triple threat. No champion's advantage, no nothing. And so you think Charlotte's going to win on that, okay?
I think Io Sky's going to retain. It's because the odds are against her, and she didn't want the match. She's somehow going to retain the belt.
And I think Bayley somehow is going to get involved in this too, don't you think? One way or another. Obviously, she's either going to help her retain or something's going to happen where she's going to inadvertently cause her the championship, which could lead into what you're talking about with Charlotte, winning.
My only thought process behind that is I feel like Io Sky's title reign hasn't been there's been nothing memorable.
Have they really put her in a position to do anything memorable yet?
No.
So
Like somebody asked me who the SmackDown Women's Champion was the other day. I didn't even remember it was her.
That's why I think it's going to be a case of, in case of emergency, break glass for Charlotte Flair.
I did see like Dakota Kai holding the belt while like she was wrestling, and I was like, I'd rather see her as champion.
Okay, so you're both saying there's going to be a change of titles. So you're saying Charlotte?
I said Io Sky.
Oh, you did say Io Sky. Okay. Geez, I really don't want to see Charlotte Flair win again so quickly, relatively speaking. I wouldn't mind seeing Asuka win it back because it was a goal. I think she didn't have it for really a long time in this last title reign. I think, again, she's one of those underutilized performers I don't think the WWE is using as well as they should be, given her track record. I'm just going to go out on a limb because you guys went with the other one. I'm just going to spread out the cream cheese. I'm going to take Asuka, wild card shot. Who knows? Surprises, right? A little swerve here and there. What the heck? We'll take one each on that one.
I'm sure Chief would have been like, Charlotte Flair wasn't on TV for 8 to 12 weeks straight. She shouldn't have a title shot. It's not like Bruno Sammartino back in the day who sold out Madison Square Garden every week. Well, it's not fair to take spots from people that are on TV every week.
Listen, that would be the conversation. So, Chief, if you're listening, get ready when you come back. But there is, but that's why I kind of say, I mean, listen, Charlotte's been back, what, a handful of months now?
Yeah.
On her latest return. It's the longest time that I can recall since she's made a return that she hasn't actually gotten the belt already on her waist, right? Like the last time before this one she returned, the night she returned, she demanded a match, and the next night or the next card, whatever it was, all of a sudden she wins the title.
That's what scares me. That's why I feel like
Right.
she's.
Oh,
Right,
God.
no, I got you.
That's scaring me now.
I'm telling you, it's in case of emergency. break
Ruh-roh.
glass.
Yeah, it could be. If they, all right, yeah, you're right. I'm not changing my vote just because. World Heavyweight Championship, last man standing match: Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura.
I'm hoping there's some kind of interference here.
Okay.
The smart thing is to keep the belt on Seth, so I'm going to pick Seth.
Okay.
But I feel like there needs to be some kind of shenanigans for this.
Okay.
Because I don't want Shinsuke to look weak in this situation either.
Okay, that's fair.
I read somewhere there's no plans to cash in Money in the Bank like sometime in the near future.
Okay.
But it's a last man standing match. If they really want some shenanigans to go down,
That would be the one.
Senor Money in the Bank needs to make an appearance.
Right.
Because if it's a last man standing
Right.
and Shinsuke like legit lays like Seth Rollins out, what's a better opportunity to cash in Money in the Bank than they're both like knocked out?
At a better pay-per-view?
That's a good point. That's a good point. But you're right though, because again, even if like you said, he could just show up in the background with the briefcase.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to cash it in, but makes you wonder, or have him manage if he's even on commentary for that match, scoping out a potential, cash in opportunity. Just some presence. I think you're right. Would be a great little addition to add a little spice to the match. My only concern though is that how healthy really is Seth with this back issue. Going into a last man standing match, if he loses for the sake of that possibly happening, they could write him off television being injured in a last man standing match, let him heal his back, and then come back and chase the title again.
Yeah.
Again, that's to me is a question mark, because to me, I was thinking about this match this morning. This is a hard match to call because of his health, in my opinion. I love Shinsuke. I love the entrance and the theatrics. I love the whole thing, good guy or heel.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know if I see him as a champion of this caliber. I saw him as a good midline intercontinental champion, even a U.S. champion. I guess I've just lost a lot of faith in WWE handling him correctly if they put this kind of title on him. That's why, for me, it's a crapshoot.
I think if Shinsuke honestly wins, he's going to be a transitional champion for Damian Priest.
And don't we see enough? Again, if Io loses, isn't Io nothing more than a transitional champion for the last couple of months, if at best?
Yeah.
Given that her reign has been bupkis.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of which, the loss of Dick Butkus this past week, we want to send that. Just reminds. See how I work on my brain. I know. Okay, but it's the way my brain works.
There is no way that
best
guy
wishes.
didn't know how to fight like crazy.
Who, Butkus?
If your name is Dick Butkus and you went to public school, you know how to fight pretty quickly.
I bet he could have been a good wrestler. Transition from the football field like many others have into the ring. I wonder what he would have been like as a wrestler.
You'd have been good.
He'd have been a heel for sure.
What would Vince have called him?
Yeah,
How do you even change his name?
I know. It's true. Just call him Buttkiss. You just drop his first name like they usually do, right? But anyway,
Come here, Dick.
That's
Get ready for the butt kiss. Yeah.
that would be
You want
the
to join the Kiss My Ass Club, Butt Kiss?
Oh my God, that's funny. That's funny there. So all right, so you took Seth. Who are you taking?
I think Seth initially beats Shinsuke, but I think there's like a slim chance that Priest walks out World Heavyweight Champion.
Okay, but that's a side fact. You're picking Rollins
Seth,
to win this somehow.
yes.
Okay, I'm going to make that 3, and we'll clean the board on that. I just don't have confidence in Shinsuke winning the belt and being that elite champion. Maybe a couple of years ago it's different, but they've just messed with him too many times to really keep it focused in any direction. That's my concern with that. Cena and LA Knight taking on the Bloodline. This is a hard match to call for a lot of different directions, I think, in my opinion. So what do you guys think?
I think Bloodline needs to take the L on this one, so we can start seeing a different direction in the Bloodline faction. I want so in my opinion, I think Cena and LA Knight take this.
Okay.
But this is now I want to start seeing some kind of dissension in the Bloodline out of this.
Okay.
I think Big Match John is back. Cena don't lose pay-per-views.
Okay.
And if they're trying to push LA Knight at the same time,
Yeah.
they got to give him the pay-per-view win.
Unless something funky goes on where it's everybody's disqualified, DQ, throw out match. Nobody takes a pin, nobody takes a loss. Because you said it on the previous match. Maybe if Damian Priest were to cash in on a better pay-per-view, that's different. To me, there's too many things that can happen here with the potential of a scrum, a DQ, the match is thrown out, nobody gets pinned, because again, Fastlane versus a different pay-per-view, maybe. But like you said, I'm gonna take Cena and LA Knight too, because the Bloodline is boiling. There's a lot of that right now is going way too many directions, in my opinion. So, but you had a thought.
It's kind of funny. I saw I know it's on the run sheet still, but they said LA Knight is in line for a push after this pay-per-view. And I was like, isn't he in the middle of a push already? He's main eventing a pay-per-view with John Cena.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty important.
I was just thinking about that match, right? And they've got to set up Roman and Cena. So maybe Roman's the one who interferes in this.
For the Saudi show?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Because the Saudi shows are no longer considered non-canon. So now they're going to write storyline into it too. So
That's a good point.
maybe that's how we set up that angle.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And maybe LA Knight gets pissed off and he's like, well, I want a title shot. And
That's a great point. But like you said, Knight was originally slated to go against Reigns. Now it's Cena. Maybe he gets the shot at some point after Cena. But if he does, and I'm talking this about LA Knight, and let's say he gets the match with Roman, is he the one to end the streak?
No.
It's
Right.
Cody. Cody or Solo or nobody.
Solo? Why? What? No. Stop. No.
It's got to be Cody.
Okay, Chief. Relax.
Oh, shit. Ryan needs ice for his neck. He turned so fast on that comment. I think he got a little whiplash on the left side over here. But we've been talking about this on the last couple of pay-per-views. The nice thing about a Bloodline right now, that faction and all that's going on can take storylines in so many different directions. Jey Uso, he's part of Raw, and we had the discussion last week about whether he's part of the Bloodline or not. Yeah, physically he's not. Storyline he's not. He's over here, they're over there. But he is still part of the Bloodline. And at some point, I think we'd be in agreement that his departure is still going to lead back to some other storyline with the Bloodline. He's still connected. So there's still so many angles with the Bloodline that it's hard to even think about these matches. You really can't call them down. All right, definitely the Bloodline is good. You can't. There's too many opportunities for shit to happen because of the Bloodline story and where it's taken and where it's gone. And now with the handshake of Paul Heyman and Rhea Ripley last night, Judgment Day and the Bloodline, that's a whole nother possibility. Since they're both on the card, do they both get involved in the other team's matches? Again, another possibility, right? That's why the Bloodline's faction is so intriguing to take so many storylines so many different ways. But anyway, go ahead.
I feel like how, going back to what you said on how you got Jay on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, to me, it's written. This is classic wrestling where come Royal Rumble, Jimmy and Jay are going to have a thing, and then now we get the WrestleMania match.
Right.
So it's always going to come back to it, and I love that Paul Heyman keeps saying, "Oh, we're in the second or third inning on this storyline." I love it. I love it. So keep it coming.
Right on. All right. Very good. All right. Let's step aside for a quick break. You got one queued up there for us, Mr. Producer?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Excellent. We're going to step aside for a quick break. When we come back, we've got more wrestling news, No Mercy, and all kinds of other stuff. You're watching TCA. This is the GFY edition. We'll be right back.
This is John Cena. I just wanted to send you a congratulations on your podcast. Thoughts count anywhere. Because indeed they do. Thoughts are important. I mean, what would we do without them? And how can they not count anywhere? Is there a place that thoughts don't count? I can't think of one. Well, I just wanted to say thank you very much, congratulations, and good luck on the podcast. Thoughts count anywhere, because they do.
Are you looking for someone to provide training to your staff? Do you need a motivational speaker about how to handle change? Do you have an upcoming event that needs an MC to handle those responsibilities? Well, look no further than longtime Las Vegas radio personality Aaron Phillips. I am local to Las Vegas, and I can blend my talents with any audience. For more information, please visit www.aaronzauer.vegas and book me for your next event or training needs.
Hey, welcome back to everybody out there in TV, internet land out there. Thank you for watching Thoughts Count Anywhere. 702-992-3207. We just got done picking our selections for tonight's Fast Lane. So, Ronald, I saw you just pop in the chat room.
Scared there for a second.
Ronald, we just got done with our predictions. I know you just jumped in the chat room. So, right around this point, the 9:15 to 9:30 mark of our time-wise here, you can pick up our predictions and keep track of them.
You see Thomas trying to step on Ronald's toes this week?
No. What did I miss?
Thomas put like a post on a group, like he made like a post of like his predictions. He's like, make sure you put your predictions under mine. We're like, we have a guy for that already, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this twice.
That's right. That's right. All right. Let's see. Let's talk about the wrestling news item that you have here. You want to cover that? Let's enter that.
Since the baseball playoffs are in full effect, Dynamite has to move to Tuesday next week, which is going to be Title Tuesday, which is also going to be the debut match of Adam Copeland, a.k.a. Edge, in AEW against Luchasaurus. So NXT being on Tuesday, they say the AEW is not competition, but they fully loaded NXT to the point like I've never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
The main event is Carmelo Hayes versus Braun Breaker, with Paul Heyman in the corner of Braun Breaker and John Cena in the corner of Carmelo Hayes.
Mm-hmm.
Then they announced Cody Rhodes is going to make an announcement. And then they announced there was like hints that the Undertaker might, like, they said he's going to be in Florida and at the tapings, but they didn't know if he was going to be on TV. Then on SmackDown last night, they aired like this whole like promo for NXT, and there was one gong at the end. So it's like almost the Undertaker's going to be there too.
Mm-hmm.
They're on like a sole mission to beat AEW in the ratings. And I think they're going to, because this is wild. I mean, and Asuka's going to wrestle too.
And you got the A-listers, some of the A-lister folks from the main roster going down to NXT. If they don't win in the numbers game on TV,
Tony Khan won't shut up about it for months.
Oh, I know. And then Endeavor's going to go, what the hell did we buy here? So I think ultimately, though, in a way, it's good for the wrestling fans to see the competition like back in the day, right? But, yeah, they've loaded top heavy. Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be made for good TV next week.
It's going to be good TV, but if NXT wins on Tony Khan's birthday,
Oh,
I think that's gonna really stick to him.
that makes so much more sense. It's not even about the ratings; it's about doing it on his birthday. I love it.
That's right.
But that's the thing. Like, this has to make sense. None of this makes sense. All these people showing up on NXT doesn't even, like. Let's be real. It doesn't make sense. I'm still going to be excited to see it happen.
Right.
And I want to see I love the competition, so I'm all for it. But it just doesn't make sense.
Which side were you on during the Monday Night Raws back in the day? Monday Night Wars.
I was on the WWF side the whole time.
Yeah. Monday nights, thank God my wife went out bowling with my mom. They were part of a league, so I could switch back and forth between commercials. I didn't have a problem. Oh, WC commercials, go and back and forth. The night that Mick Foley won the title, I switched back, and that's when I just heard Shivani make a big joke of Mick winning and all that other stuff. But I digressed back to the.
Everyone was like, "Holy shit, he is!" Click, and everybody set the remote down.
Right, exactly, exactly. Now, Andy actually says, "Stop bringing back old superstars," but they're not performing in the ring.
Stop commenting then.
GFY. That's right. But these guys that are coming down, except for Oscar, you said is wrestling. I mean, Cena's not wrestling. Heyman's certainly not wrestling. Undertaker showing up as an appearance, right? Cody showing up as an announcement. In theory, so who knows what's going to happen with him? Something could happen there.
Well, and also Becky Lynch, since he is the NXT Women's Champion.
Right. So none of stop bringing back the old. These folks are really just making appearances to help boost ratings, and that's we know what it is. It is what it is. I don't consider this an issue taking away spots from the other talent. These guys are just showing up to be there as an appearance. This is not in-ring action with these guys and gals, except for Becky if she has a title match that night. On Tuesday, is she doing anything?
I don't think so. I think she's still not medically cleared because of her arm.
Oh, because of her arm where she got injured in the last match. So, to me, I'm okay with appearances.
What is hypothetically speaking, because we don't know for sure if Taker's showing up, but I mean, it kind of seems like that's what's happening.
It's Ronald Young.
Yeah, we'll take him.
But what does he do? What is Taker? Does he just show up?
Yeah, where do you stick him in? There's obviously something's going to happen. That he's going to be needed there for something. But,
does he choke Sam Corbin or something? Like what?
I would mind seeing that. I said to these guys last week, the last time I saw Corbin, he looked like Baron von Raschke back in the day, didn't he?
Yeah.
First time I saw it, it was just like, all right, is he ready? Is he ready to go there?
He sounds like it.
Ronald Young. Ronald, how are you, buddy?
Hey, I'm good. How are y'all doing?
Good. What's going on?
Oh, just getting ready to finish setting up for tonight's event.
Talk about it real quickly. Give it a pop.
Tonight, doors open at 7. Come out and meet Santana Garrett and Low Key. Get autographs from them. Doors open at 6. Tell times at 7 o'clock. Lake Region High School. Come on out. Have a good family fun time.
And the name of the promotion again is what, for those who don't know?
Thunder Championship Wrestling.
All right, and those local that's Gary Galaxy's. He's involved with that, correct, Ronald?
Yes.
Right. So for those who know Gary, he's down there as well. Give me some of the people that's on the card.
In the main event, you're going to have the Tokyo Monster Kahagas and Low Key teaming up to take on Richport Ayala and Gus De La Vega. That's the main event. And Santana Garrett's going to be wrestling too. I forget who she's going to be wrestling, but she is going to be wrestling alongside the meet and greet that she's doing too.
Right on. Well, sounds like it should be a good time. How you doing on attendance for it? Do you guys know? You sold out yet?
Don't know yet.
And how can people get tickets again?
They could either come up to the school and get them at the door. We will have some tickets at the door. That's going to be the only way that we'll have tickets is at the door.
All right. So come one, come all, show up at the door, get your tickets. Is this a fundraiser for the school or something that you're doing it there? Or is there a cause behind this or just putting on a good show?
Well, it's to help their wrestling team at Lake Region High School.
Right on. Very good. So it's helping the wrestling team out there. That's good. It's good. I'm glad it's a good cause. I'm sure you saw my message in the chat room. We've already done our predictions, so you can go back and grab those for Fastlane tonight. Real quickly, I have 30 seconds. Give me your picks for the 5 matches tonight.
Seth,
Scene in
I
LA
think
Knight
Cody-
versus the Bloodline.